Today we're going to create 5 brand new decks and we're going to build them live for you here guys today, so you guys can see my thought process, and we'll be able to create some new decks for you guys for the comments that we've been seeing. Now we have chosen a couple of comments from the past couple of months guys, and obviously we have put them in these deck slots here. As you see, someone commented that they want a double barrel deck, another person a Hog Valk, another person an Electro Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A, the Elite Barbs, Wall Breakers, and then the Executioner and P.E.K.K.A. These are 5 different card types and combinations you can use in Clash Royale. Now taking these guys, we're going to build a good deck with every single one of them and show you guys my exact thought process and how we can build good decks, showing you live today in Clash Royale. So before we get into the action, definitely make sure to toss in code DIDDY in your shop if you're gonna buy something, and of course subscribe to the channel guys. We are trying to hit 150,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's definitely possible if you guys keep on showing your support, so I truly do appreciate it. Now guys, this is gonna be a more laid back video. I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna try my best to make some awesome decks, and of course unique ones. We don't want to try and like recycle any old decks. These are all gonna be brand new. Now I know a couple off the top of my head that I've made with this combination that are brand new that no one else has made, but we're not going to use those either. We're going to try and make something entirely new for you guys today. So double barrel, we're going to assume you have some decent cards in there, maybe not all the legendaries, so we're going to try and not include too many legendaries. We're obviously not going to mess with any of the champions, but guys, I'm thinking with this, those two are kind of good enough for your win condition. We're going to go ahead and toss in the fireball first things first. The reason being, the Mother Witch could definitely do some damage to these guys, and that could make for a pretty easy counter to this deck. So the double barrel fireball, definitely something to include. Now next up, I'm trying to think, we're gonna need a tank in this deck. We could throw in P.E.K.K.A, we could throw in Valkyrie, we could throw in Cannon Cart, but I'm wondering what could be happening right now if we throw in the Elite Barbarians. I know what you're thinking. I know. Guys, this could be decent. Elite Barbarians can shred through pretty much any tank. Now, obviously, not one of the best cards in the game in terms of like, hey, I mean, they're not going to really take towers unless your opponent gets absolutely obliterated. But the E-Barbs could find a nice spot in this deck. So as you see there, they're going to be our tank buster. They're going to be our ground units. We're going to need one more of those at least. But hey, to start, those are going to be fantastic. Elite Barbs are in here. Let's scroll through. Let's relax. So we do have the double barrel. We're going to need a log, arrows, something of the sort. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and take the arrows just for now. We might switch this, guys. As deck number 1, you see here, I mean, this is something unique we're going with here. Do we want something else here that could apply pressure to the opponent's towers? I don't know if we do. I think we genuinely might just want another defensive card, because I think we have plenty of answers to do damage. Like I said, we can do damage with the fireball. We can do damage with the goblin barrel and skeleton barrel. It's going to be a matter of defense. So arrows, excellent defensive card, especially paired with the Elite Barbs. If we're taking on a golem and night witch push, think about how much arrows value you'll get with those night witches bats, and of course with any minion hordes you might face, the arrows are going to be all good. E-Barbs, guys, definitely can get lightning. So I'm honestly debating throwing in the Royal Recruits. Something you just don't see. This deck right here, guys, we need air counters, as I know you're probably thinking of it right now. I agree. Right now for air, we genuinely only have the fireball and arrows. So of course, next couple cards are going to need to cover a lot of ground. Now the Royal Recruits, reason why we're picking them is because if someone were to throw down a P.E.K.K.A and then also have the lightning, although the E-Barbs would be a decent answer to the P.E.K.K.A, if they also lightning those E-Barbs, or say it's a balloon lumberjack and they have lightning, or say it's golem and they have lightning, like these E-Barbs, they're not going to stand a chance. So you got to kind of think about that. Or even like Sparky, E-Barbs going to get shredded. So we're going to go ahead and toss in the Royal Recruits. They'll be able to cover a lot of ground. They'll of course be able to distract and counter pretty much anything. Now a cheaper way of doing this would be the Skeleton Army, but we're going, like I said, for an entirely new version here. There is a double barrel deck that has a Skarmy in it, so we're just not even going to try and use that card. Royal Recruits, a interesting card for this deck. Let's keep on building though. So I'm thinking, right, we do know we need those air counters. Now bats, they're cheap. They would make this deck stay fairly okay in elixir cost, but guys, bats can easily get countered, right? They are not really sufficient. A lot of people that carry lumberjack balloon or something of the sort has a small spell, a free spell, something in order to destroy you. So we're gonna need something a little bit better than that. So I'm not even thinking Royal Rascals. I'm thinking Zappies. Not only will the Zappies be a great addition with the Royal Recruits, you might be able to trip up some opponents, and then they'll think you have Fireball bait, and then all of a sudden you have Double Barrel on their tower taking names. And guys, this could be massive in terms of a deck, because look at this. The Elite Barbs going to crush any sort of tanks. Same with the Royal Recruits. Defensively speaking, you are going to be in a really good position. You're going to have the Zappies to stun any sort of air units, and I genuinely do think we maybe just want a snowball in here to round this deck off. Not only do you have have everything you already need, but you should be in a good position here, assuming that you just don't get out-cycled or you play smart. I'm almost thinking instead of the arrows we go snowball, and then maybe we just stick with fireball snowball, but honestly the arrows could be big. I think this deck might work really well, guys. Look at this thing. I'm genuinely interested, guys. I think this genuinely could be a very strong deck. You have everything you need. I'm pretty sure most people have all these cards that are going to be watching this video, so if you want to try this deck out, definitely be sure to do so and let me know how it goes in the comments below. But guys, what are we missing here? I don't think we're missing anything. We have our win conditions. We have our Royal Recruits for defensive swarm. We have the Elite Barbarians to do absolute numbers on anything they might place. We have the Zappies to shut down air. We have the Fireball and Snowball to also shut down air. And what I'm thinking, guys, is Lava Hound is going to be a hard counter to this deck, most likely. But hey, you still hopefully will not face Lava Hound in any other matchup. Pretty much, I think you're going to be sitting good. I think we can all agree, though, Lava Hound, Lalo, you're going to struggle with it probably. It's possible. You'd have to definitely try and tower trade that. But overall, I think this could definitely work. Honestly, the only thing I could think of besides that would actually help against Lava Loon would be an Inferno Dragon for the Zappies. But overall, that's not going to be the best in most situations. So, we're leaving the Zappies in here. We're going to just leave this deck. And this is a super fun looking deck. We're definitely going to try this out someday. Moving on to the second deck, guys, Hog Rider and Valkyrie. We're going to assume this player is a little bit lower in the arenas, and we're going to build something here that doesn't have any legendary cards, alright? We're getting back into this thing. Hog Rider, Valkyrie. Hog Rider is going to be our main win condition, but we're definitely going to need something else because a lot of people do definitely have answers to the Hog Rider, whether that be a NATO, a building, something of the sort we got to be very careful with. And the Valkyrie is an excellent defensive tank, so that's something to keep in mind. So we're going to need one more win condition, which we will actually pick up really early. Let's go ahead, toss in the Mortar. Not something you thought probably, but guys, I can see the Valkyrie and Mortar working very well together, and then having a Hog Rider on top of that, that's going to be your sneaky win condition that a lot of people are not going to expect. And this is just obviously for fun. We're speculating, we're building decks, we're relaxing today. So if you guys are enjoying this video, definitely make sure to leave a like down below. But let's keep it going here. We have the triple 4 elixir card, Mortar. What else do we want here? We're going to want a Barbarian Barrel. I think we do definitely want a Barbarian Barrel here. Barbarian Barrel, going to be cheap, going to be fun, and effective, because not only will it be able to defend the Goblin Barrels, it'll also be able to bridge spam right in front of that Mortar, take stuff down, and of course, absolutely shred. Now, Mortar, I mean, we're thinking we need air defense once again, so I think we're going to go ahead, go with the Firecracker and the Flying Machine, and the Flying Machine reason being is because it's got so much range. You'll be able to place that right next to the Mortar and absolutely shred anything they might place across the river. In terms of another building, in terms of anything like that, the Firecracker, of course, is just a really annoying pesky card that makes it super helpful and easy to get onto the tower. And now we definitely just need some spells. So let's go ahead and toss in the Royal Delivery. I think that'll be an excellent spell in this deck, not only because defensively you're going to be great, but at the bridge, if things are coming down for your Mortar, you'll have the Royal Delivery to absolutely crush. And then with your Hog Rider, you're going to want an Earthquake. So I'm thinking about it here. I don't know if this is perfect, though. We're going to need to really think about this here. So if someone were to go with a balloon and they also had Fireball or Freeze, I mean, you're dead. That's the thing here. We need something else, I have to say. We need something like effective to kill that balloon. So we're going to go ahead, toss in the Hunter for the Flying Machine. We have the Royal Delivery. The Royal Delivery is not feeling normal to me, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think the Royal Delivery is the move here. We're going to swap that out. We are going to swap that out, but what is the other card we want to put in for it? Could be an Electro Dragon. I mean, that would be interesting. Electro Dragon with the Mortar. That could be something fun. I almost want to go with a Battle Healer. It's not a very popular card for a reason, I feel. Let's go ahead, toss in the Rascals. That's what we were looking for. Boom. Rascals, Hunter, Hog Rider, Valkyrie. I mean, we have a lot of tanks now in terms of the Rascals, Valkyrie. Barbarian Barrel, like, I don't know if we really want that. Okay, let's see. We built this entire deck and now we're just changing it all, but this is the reality of deck building, guys. You gotta think, you gotta play, you gotta practice, and in today's video, we don't have enough time to play with every deck. What we do have time for, though, is to really speculate and relax. But let's see. Firecracker and Hunter. I don't know if Firecracker is the move here, guys. I really don't. So with our Hog Rider, we have Valkyrie, we have Quake. That's decent. We really don't have a whole lot, though. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Let's go ahead, relax for a second. Let's go with Guards. Maybe Guards are going to be a better answer. No, we cannot go with Guards, guys. We need an answer for that Goblin Barrel or stuff like that. Okay. Firecracker, you're getting out of here. I don't think she fits this deck. Even though it's a Hog Rider Valkyrie deck, I do not think Firecracker really fits this deck at all, to be honest. So what we will do I was almost thinking Wizard, but no, we need something else here. Let's go with Spear Gobs, guys. Spear Gobs, Rascals, Hunter. So in terms of getting tower damage, it would be Earthquake, Hog Rider, and Mortar. And then defensively speaking, you could pull with the Mortar, you could have that Bar Barrel, you could definitely shred tanks with the Hunter, you have the Valkyrie, and you have the Rascals. I mean, I think this could work. Let me know what you guys think about this one. This one's gonna be on the fence for me. I think in terms of air counters, you have plenty now. You have the Spear Gobs, Hunter, and Rascals. You're chilling. If they go with the Goblin Barrel, you got that. If they go with some sort of double Prince type deck, you have the Valkyrie and Rascals to distract. If they have P.E.K.K.A, your Hunter's gonna do numbers against him. If they have Royal Hogs, I mean, you're gonna need that Valkyrie and Cycle for sure, so that's something. If they have Electro Giant, you would have to pull with the Mortar and shred with the Rascals or Hunter. But overall, I think we actually have a pretty solid deck here. You have everything you need. It took a little bit of time to get to this one, but I do feel confident showing you guys this deck and saying this would be a good deck in Clash Royale, and it's 100% off meta. None of you guys have ever played with a deck like this, I promise you. This is brand new, fresh off the Diddy slate. So we've gotten our first deck, very fun looking deck and unique. Deck number 2 is 3.5 Edge Elixir cost, a little bit cheaper and also very fun and unique looking. Deck number 3 is going to be the Electro Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A. So what we're giving here, you guys haven't given me much, but you guys have given me an Electro Giant, which is a little disgusting, but we're going to build this deck anyways to our best ability. We have the Electro Giant, we have the Mini P.E.K.K.A. as a tank buster. Now I'm thinking the Mini P.E.K.K.A. here is going to be a great tank buster like the Inferno Dragon would in most other Electro Giant decks, and we don't want to include the Inferno Dragon in this, guys. I'm not going to lie to you, we're going to use some different air counters. So instead of the Inferno Dragon, we're going to go ahead right over to our Mega Minion. Where you at? There he is. Mega Minion, guys, going to be fantastic in this deck, and now we definitely need some splash damage. I'm thinking Dark Prince, but at the same time, we already have our Mini P.E.K.K.A, so what does that mean? I don't know what that means. I'm gonna think for a second here. Let's relax. We could go with Wizard, we could go with Executioner, we could go with something crazy like that. I don't think that'd be the best of moves, though. And to be honest, let's think about this. Let's think about this for a second, guys. We need some sort of some splash damage, some splash control. That being the Royal Delivery. I'm feeling it. No, let's get the NATO. We need the NATO with the Electro Giant. That's just something that needs to happen. So that could be good. The NATO and I want to say Log, but I don't know about that one, guys. Let's go ahead and think about this for a second. Do we want a Bowler in here? Bowler would work with this deck, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is looking kind of strong. Let's just fill the deck slots and then think about this. We have our NATO. Do we want any other spells? We don't need any other spells, but we might want one. For sure. Let's think about this. So we could go with a Psycho card being the Electro Spirit, because that would definitely help things like the Mini P.E.K.K.A. deal with maybe a Witch and Giant push or something, like, you know, just theoretically speaking. The splash damage there would help a lot. The Electro Spirit stun would be huge. We could definitely finish this off with a Lightning and then see what the deck looks like. Let's see, guys. Let's toss in a Lightning spell. Let's get that in there, and then let's just relax for a second. So Electro Giant is the only win condition I am seeing right now. Besides the Lightning, this is going to be a tough one to say if this could work. I think this is going to be heavily dependent on playstyle. But overall, not bad. I think we definitely need to make some changes, though. So the Minions and Mega Minion, you just don't see stuff like that in many decks these days. The Minions are going to get arrowed most likely, but there's still a good air counter. A lot of Lumberjack Balloon decks do not carry that arrows, obviously, so you're going to be okay there. In terms of the Electro Giant NATO push, that will be a very strong push. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. defensively is going to be great. The Bowler defensively is going to be great. The Lightning on offense with the Electro Giant is also going to be fantastic. You do not have a building in this deck, but you also have the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Bowler and the Tornado. So I think that might be enough here. This is honestly not too bad. The only card I'm not sure about is the Electro Spirit. It might be beneficial to toss in a Bomber there, just because Royal Hogs, guys, you got to be careful of them. The Lightning will actually, I think we will leave in, because that Archer Queen in the meta gonna be very good. I think you'll be able to get a lot of Lightning value, guys. So let's rearrange these real quick. I think, oops, what did we just swap out? Alright, guys, I think this is actually not a bad deck at all. I've never seen a deck like this before. We have Minions, Mega Minion for our air counters, including the Tornado. Those two should be pretty good, though. They're pretty solid air defenses. Electro Giant gonna be fantastic on offense with the Lightning and NATO. The Bomber going to be able to shred Royal Hogs alongside the Bowler, and then the Mini P.E.K.K.A. as your tank buster. Going to be a very good deck. deck. I think this deck would get hard countered by any sort of P.E.K.K.A deck, especially like a P.E.K.K.A Psycho, P.E.K.K.A Bridge Spam. That'd be very rough, in my opinion, but it's definitely probably possible. So very interesting here. Let me know your thoughts on this deck here. Next up, we have the Elite Barbarians and Wall Breakers. Now, this is a very interesting but fun-looking deck, guys. What we're going to do is normally the Wall Breakers go with the Miner, of course, but what we're going to do is something different. We're going to toss in the Barbarian Barrel here to apply a lot of pressure. We can Barbell and Wall Breakers that. The Wall Breakers are going to definitely get tanked for by the Barb Barrel. That will be something interesting. Elite Barb's obviously going to need some sort of defensive function. Let's relax, let's relax, let's relax. How do we want to play this here, guys? Do we want a spawner in this deck like this? Elite Barbarians, Wall Breakers, that is a very weird combination. How do we want to play this? I'm thinking we go defensive route, and then you can split stuff up. So that's why I was thinking like spawners might be OP. Let's relax for a second, guys. Let's go ahead, toss in the Goblin Gang. We're gonna go for a swarm deck for sure. So actually, instead of the Barbell here, we're gonna go ahead and just toss in the arrows and call it good for spells, I'm pretty sure. Let's go ahead and do that, guys. Where's the arrows at? Let's go ahead, get the arrows in here. Arrows are in. We're going to go ahead and remove the Barbell. So we're going to go with a big split lane pressure type deck where there's going to be a wide range of units all over the playing field. We're going to go ahead, go with our Witch in the back. Okay, cool. And then what do we want? What do we want? All right, let's go ahead, get our Zappies, I think. All right, let's just fill this up and then see what's going on. So trying to think right now. What do we have? Okay, Royal Hogs could be strong in this deck, guys. This is looking kind of crazy. Let's see. We're gonna need a Fireball probably, honestly. I definitely probably. This is our deck. So the Witch needs to get out of here. I'm not gonna lie to you, that makes no sense having a Witch in this deck. What we will try and do though is find something else for us. Can we get a 3 Musketeers in here? Is this too crazy? This looks like it would be strong, but holy smokes, 4.5 average elixir cost. That is heavy. Instead of this Goblin Gang, can we get a 2 elixir Spear Gobs maybe? Or even Stab Gobs? Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and put in the Stab Goblins, guys. Actually, let's put in the 1 unit Skeletons. Actually, no, let's get an Ice Golem. What are we doing? Ice Golem, boom. So this is looking kind of crazy, but I think this could actually work here. Reason being, Wall Breakers, guys. On defense, I mean, you're going to have your Zappies, you're going to have your E-Barbs, you're going to have your arrows. Defensively speaking, so this is the type of deck where you just are going to need a good playstyle in order to win with. This is a deck that's very out there, very weird, but if someone were to master it, I could see them going pretty high on ladder. Not only do you have the Fireball to take down things, that could definitely destroy your E-Barbs or Musketeers, but guys, this could be a super strong deck in terms of just the Royal Hogs splitting in front of the Musketeers, the Elite Barbs splitting in the back, and then going with Royal Hogs behind them, the Wall Breakers sneaking in behind everything as well. You have your win condition being the Wall Breakers and Royal Hogs. The 3 Musketeers are something interesting you don't see every day, and in this variant, you do not have a Barbell like most 3M decks. You definitely maybe want to swap in the Barbell for the arrows, but I like the arrows in this one just because of that air defense type of vibe. We definitely might need that, and overall, this is a very risky deck to play in general because the 3 Musketeers are not the best right now, but overall, this is a deck that could work for you, and it's a very unique one, and like I said, it's going to be a lot to practice. Once you do master it, though, you could definitely go high on ladder with this deck, which is super exciting. Very fun deck there. Let's keep it going here. The final combo, P.E.K.K.A and Executioner. How are we going to deal with this, guys? How are we going to deal with this? That's honestly not a combination I expected to see today. But hey, here we are. It's been a longer video, by the way, so thank you to those of you sticking around until the end. P.E.K.K.A Executioner, let's take a look at all of our cards. Let's see. All right. P.E.K.K.A Executioner, we're going to already have our Tank Buster being the P.E.K.K.A. We definitely going to need another win condition, though, which will be the Goblin Barrel. And honestly, I'm almost thinking Graveyard Freeze, but we don't want to make a meta deck. So let's go ahead, go with the... We need some sort of high DPS unit for the air units. I'm thinking Fly Machine, but at the same time, I don't know if that's necessary. Let's go ahead, toss in what do we want? Let's go with a Hunter. Interesting. So the P.E.K.K.A is going to crush. The Hunter's going to crush. What else do we need here? We definitely need something else here. Let's go Cannon. Let's fill this up. Do we want a Skeleton Barrel? We do. We don't need any sort of building in this deck because not only will the P.E.K.K.A. be able to shred everything, but the Hunter as well going to dominate. We have the Goblin Barrel, we have the Skeleton Barrel and Dark Goblin here to absolutely spam out opponents. And the P.E.K.K.A. Executioner combo on defense, guys, is all you need. So these three things here will definitely be able to do a lot of tower damage. We're going to go for a Snowball instead of a Log to help knock back balloons and such just in case. But overall, this is looking to be a solid deck. So this is a deck where basically P.E.K.K.A. and Executioner are going to be utilized on defense. You're not going to want to send them up on against an Inferno Tower or against opponents because they'll easily be able to take them down. So if you can effectively defend with P.E.K.K.A., Executioner, Hunter, and Snowball Dark Goblin with this deck, you're going to be in a fantastic position to then push maybe with a huge P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Barrel, Skeleton Barrel push, which they will not be able to keep up with, guys. And overall, this deck fairly close to the first one, definitely different all around. We tried and created 5 brand new decks today in today's video, all super fun and look like they could actually definitely work with the right player using them, of course. If you guys like the style of brand new content, guys, definitely make sure to subscribe down below. And of course, I want to see you guys more and more combos like we saw the Skeleton Barrel, Goblin Barrel. This was a fun one. Electro Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A. Guys, I want to see your creativity down below in the comments. What decks do you want me to build down below? Make it hard for me. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Master Diddy sign out.